Hey, hello, my name is Rograt, and welcome back to Vintage Story. Here we are, in our lovely house. It's coming together pretty good. Wow, we took no damage from that. That's pretty crazy. Anyway, we have a windmill. So today, there's a couple things we want to do. Firstly, we're going to need lots of flint. Oh, there's a rabbit. We're going to need lots of flint, because we're going to need it to make some ovens, and ovens means pies. It's high time we start pie time. Also, we're going to need to build a little shell for this. This looks this looks very stupid right now, but most importantly, it does work. It's working lovely. So why don't we go grab something to eat, because we are of course hungry as usual. And I think also we have a little bit of bronze, but we are running low on copper. So I think one of the first things I'm going to do today is go and mine that copper that we found very close by. It was hidden this whole time. But we also need lime. There's loads of stuff we need to do, honestly. But it's good. Let me grab some. What did we make here? Boiled carrot and red meat. Sounds pretty good, honestly. Slurp it up. I want to go exploring to the east at some point very soon, because we haven't been very far east from our current location. As you can see, we've only really been like this far when we were sailing, so we've just got the coast here, but I'm looking for lime. We're in a limestone deficit right now. I'm not happy about it. Anyway, I want to get mining. I do have my pro pick here. I'll give that a whirl. I'll also take a brand new pick with me. Bronze is looking pretty good, and it looks like the sun is going down. Kind of. We are now in August, by the way. And I will have, at some point, start moving all of our forge stuff out here and building an outdoors building for that. Anyway, I'm going to get to mining. And with any luck, this will be a nice little haul that we get. Okay, I am done. I do hear some wolves above me, but hopefully that's not going to be a problem. We found a poor quality vein, which, you know, it's not great, but it's something. And what's more, we found quite a bit of it. 53 chunks there. That should be enough copper to keep us going for a little while. I'm also thinking, like, maybe it's time that we invest in some armor. Like, some decent armor. Because, we're still using wood armor. Now, one of the things I do like is the gambeson. But we need a lot of flax. Way more than we have. When this harvest comes through, we may have enough for it. But I'm also looking at getting the bronze lamellar armor. You can see here. But it's so expensive. We desperately need to start leather working. I think you can do this with oiled hides. You can, which is great. We really do need some leather working soon. This is pretty good though. Got a nice reduction on slashing and blunt damage. And piercing as well. Pretty much everything. It does make our aim even worse, but I don't think it can actually get much worse at this point. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I have a hammer that's about to break. Let's use this one. Let's see how much we got from this. Well, that certainly did not last at all. I'm glad I made a new one. Alright, let's see how much we got from this. Nice. Decent amount there. I think that's enough for about 7 bars. Yeah, almost 8. But of course, we will be mixing it with tin to make some bronze. I also wouldn't mind making some more nuggets for, or some more, sorry, ingots of brass, so that we can have some more of these torch holders. 3 seems to be about enough. I'd like one over here and one in the cellar as well. I think though, right now I'm going to clear out my inventory a little bit, because I'm going to go on a little adventure in the morning to the east. Not only looking for some delicious flint, which we actually have no flint whatsoever, but also looking for limestone or borax. Borax will also do the job. We just basically need to start level working like ASAP. Alright, so I spent most of the night here just doing a little bit more beaming around here, but I did get interrupted by a bowthorn. But I've done most of the stuff. I just need to do the cross beams and things like that. And so I've just made... Where is it? Over here. Extremely dark here. I just made here a kind of platform to start putting some of the forge stuff in. And I think what I want to do again, I'm a huge fan of this. So we're going to take out the outermost logs like this, and we're going to basically have beams holding up what will probably be a thatch roof. Wait, you can press right click to bring back up. Okay, well that's new. That's new tech right there. Good to know. Alright, so yeah, we're going to have this essentially with a maybe a thatch roof. Probably, maybe we'll do a slate roof actually. When I think about it, like a thatch roof on top of a forge seems like a terrible idea. Although I know it can't actually set fire, I think thematically it will just look a little nicer. So, I'm going to go around and do this. Man, the chisel, man. The old chiz. It's good stuff. Really, really cool. I can't wait till we have like a bit more free time to properly work with some chiseling and go absolutely crazy. But for now, I'm happy with this. Alright, so it's thundering up top. Digging out the charcoal that we've made here. Got a decent amount. Should last a good while. And I think what I will do is I'm actually going to dig a lovely little hole in the center here. And we're going to turn this essentially into a charcoal pit that we can very easily grab from at any time. Because it does like to spread out anyway when you put it down, so... I will of course try and do the sides as well, just to keep it fairly spread out here. There we go, like that. And I'm going to go make, I'm going to use the rest of the zinc that we found to make a bunch of brass. And then that can be, I'll probably put a trapdoor on top of this as well. I think that would look good. But there we go, there's all of our charcoal ready to go. And that's our charcoal pit right there. Try not to fall into it. Looks like the sun is coming up, and I believe so many things to do today. Our carrots are done. Rice is looking good, honestly. This is fresh here. Some of the flax is getting there. We're about 2/3 of the way done. Wonderful. Remember to close your fence. We should definitely harvest some bees as well come morning. But my main thing right now is the flint run. We need some flint. There's actually nothing stopping me from harvesting these carrots right now. So let's do that. Because we are out of food. Yet again. I know I haven't focused too heavily so far on cooking, but I will be doing that very soon. That's a good haul of carrots though. And we got all the seeds back. We can now plant a P or an N crop here. Let's go see if we have anything like that in our trusty chest. Well, we could do more flax. I think it's too late in the year to do flax. We could maybe turn some of this into seed oil, perhaps. I mean, I know the turnips don't take very long to grow. 9 days, so I'm just going to do turnips. Again, more turnips. I'm going to start my own turnip empire. There we go. Enjoy. Let me go put these away, and I think I'm going to head out almost immediately as soon as the sun starts to come up here. Got a good amount of veg in here now. Should probably think about... These are all fresh for ages. Some of these have spoiled here, these berries. I'll put whatever's left to good use once we start making pies, I think. And 4 days, 5 days, 12 hours. That's spoiling. So some of this is probably going to spoil. This here, this needs to be cooked. I don't want to spoil. 11 red meat, that's too big a waste. So let's put the old cooking pot back here. Did that destroy my fire? What the heck? That seems like a bug, perhaps. Oh yeah, I need to light this, by the way. Oh, so much stuff to do. All right, let me make a fire again. Do I not have any grass in here? No. Wow, okay, well maybe we should gather some grass as well. There we go. I think I gathered some peat. Maybe not. Maybe I should do that as well. I'm gonna cook up this red meat though, because I don't want to waste 11. I will grab one more portion from down here, since it's too good to let spoil. We had to kill so many animals just for that. Let's use some of these red wine caps. Why not? Get a little bit of vegetable satiation in our diet as well. And then chuck that in there as well. Why does that not count? Man, I have no idea. That should absolutely count, but it doesn't. Maybe you got to do 2 portions of each. Either way, the sun is coming up. Beautiful. Whilst everything there is cooking, I think we're going to make some cobblestone stairs here as well, because I'd like to put some around the edge of, is that all of our granite? That is all of our granite, okay. I'd like to put some around the edge of this thing. Gonna need more than this, obviously, but this is good for now. And then I think eventually I'll have, I'll pave some of this area out here. And maybe do plant some nice flowers and plants. I think it's gonna look really nice. How are you doing? You are done. Wonderful stuff. Slurp that up. I'll probably take that with me on the little adventure we're going on today. How's this going? This is doing well. Making 400 units of brass. I think that's enough for 2 more torch holders. And let's squeeze the rest. Where are you? Squeeze the rest of these stairs out here that we can actually afford. 4 more. Not bad. I thought you could turn this cobblestone into steps, but that's another block game that we aren't playing. 1, 2, 3, and bada boom. Alright, good stuff. And I'll put a trapdoor on this, like I said. But I think this will look quite nice once it's done. Either way, I'm going to pour this and I'm going to get the heck out of here. I will take you downstairs if I can get down this hole. There we go. And I'll deal with the bees in the evening, I think. Let's pour this. This should be almost done. Yep, wonderful stuff. Alright, here it is. Brass time, baby. So, today we're going to head out and we're going to go on a hunt for some flint. For a lot of flint. We're going to need to basically grind that flint and cook it so we can make fire clay. And we're going to also keep in our eyes... I don't need that saucepan. Also keep our eyes peeled for any limestone, because we really want to start getting into the leather working stuff. There's a lot of stuff we're going to be missing out on without it. Like backpacks, slightly better armor. Maybe we'll make some leather armor rather than the bronze armor. But I'm going to basically, yeah, keep heading out in this direction. Maybe go slightly north around this forest and see what we come across. That's cool. There are deer over here. That's good to know. Still very close to the house. But it just goes to show how little we've actually been over this way. Looks like there's some slate sand or something there. I'm also picking as many berries as I can. There's a ruin there as well. I think that's another deer over there, behind that one. Very cool. I just opened a cracked vessel here, and we got another book here from the X Skills mod. So I'm gonna read this. Sounds like I'm eating it, but I am just reading it. Also, I think I should maybe start collecting this bony soil, because I know you can pan it, and you can sometimes get some pretty crazy stuff from it. So I will do that. We also got a little honeycomb, which is nice. But other than that, still very close to the house. It's just over that direction. I haven't seen much so far. But wow, actually, this place looks pretty cool. Over here. This looks like a death trap waiting to happen. This is the kind of place I like because it's very easy to spot different ore. So I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for those little flecks of... Ah, what do we have here? Silver? Wait, what? Silver. Silver, silver. Can I harvest silver? Does this work in the same way that other... Can I mark this on my map? Yes, I can. There you go. There's silver here. I wonder how far down you have to go for silver. It's not a priority right now. I'm not going to get distracted. But that's good to know. We could maybe do some gilded armor if that's even a thing. I don't know, but... Wow, we have silver. Sounds like there's a wolf in this direction somewhere. I'm going to keep my axe primed. But I am, of course, going to harvest some berries. I'm sure when I cut back, I will be running for my life. But, we shall see, we shall see. You see that right there? This zoom mod is actually so good. I don't know. Do you guys think it's fair? I mostly have this installed so that I can show you guys watching slightly better. But yeah, that is obviously copper right there, which I definitely wouldn't have seen without it. So let me know how you guys feel about that mod. I actually don't use it too much off camera. I just like to have it if we're trying to look at like a wolf, normally a wolf or a bear far away. Let's not forget to grab all of the where was that? I've lost it already. It's over here. There we go. Wonderful. Get that silver out of here. Give me the copper. I'll be back for this at some point. Right now we do not have the durability, but it's good to know that it's so close. This is like a 1-minute walk from the house. Ooh, what do we have here? Nice little flat area. Some kind of woodpecker over there, it looks like. Alright, the search continues. Well, 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 would you look at that? I was like, this looks pretty brown. It's tin. We found surface tin. What the heck? That is a huge get. That makes this whole thing actually worth it. Let me see if there's any more here. Is it just a single piece? Wow. That's... Wait, what about these? Nope, just that one. Well, we should absolutely be back here. Tin tends to be a little deeper down, but I know it occurs in slate, which I guess is, what, igneous rock? Pretty cool, though. I was last over there before I cut, so it's been like 2 seconds for me. I'm a bit worried about this hilly terrain here. Let's see what the map tells us. I do like a forest. We've kind of been lacking a good forest up to this point, I feel like. So it's nice to know there's one here. I am a little bit worried about bears. I don't want that. Ouch. What do we have down here? Let's take a quick peek. Nothing. Wonderful. We should probably do some readings. Yeah, I'm gonna do a reading. I know it's gonna tell me about tin, but maybe there'll be something else here, who knows. Make sure we have density search on. There is a bunch of larch up this way, which is nice. I don't think I've ever used larch wood before. So I think I'm actually gonna mark this on the map because I would like to check out what larch actually looks like. I'm gonna give it this kind of color for now. Hopefully it's a bit more vibrant than that, like when you use it for crafting, but pretty cool. Never found a larch forest before. I was told they only exist fairly far north, which we're not that far north. In fact, relative to... What the heck is this? That's got to be a bug. Where's that shadow coming from? What the... Wait. More tin. I thought I was going crazy there. This is really close to where we just found the other lot. Over here. Damn, this place is rich with tin. I'm going to be having... Why is this shadow here? That's got to be a bug, right? What if I go into it? If I update the... I'm kind of scared. No? Is there something floating above this place? What is this? I think that's just a bug. Weird. I'm gonna stay away from there, but hey, we have more tin. Maybe when we come back to harvest that tin, this may be gone, hopefully, because I don't like this. It's spawning all kinds of nastiness. I'm gonna keep moving here. But hey, more tin. 2 tin nodes on the surface. What are the odds of that? I think that's fairly rare. You're a dead hare. You were crushed. What the heck is happening? This is a cursed land over here. I don't know. Anyway, forwards. Onwards and upwards. Forget about the cursed shadow. Ooh. Wow, that's pretty. Okay, we have what I'm assuming is an ocean. Over here. Probably should have brought my boat with me, just on the off chance that we would encounter something like this. But good in a way, because it gives us a hard cap of how far we can go east without needing to bring a raft with us. Which means now we can pick... Oh, it's a lake. Okay. Even better. Even more betterer. I think I'm going to head north around this lake. I don't mind staying out throughout the night here. I do have food on me. It's been a while since we've done a little adventure as well, so always happy to do that. Also, now going to keep my eyes peeled for more tin. If I can make it 3 tin, I'll be happy, but 2 is already pretty amazing, I'd say. They're back. Doesn't matter where we are. They're always here, man. Oh my god. Okay, this weapon mod, very cool, but I'm thinking maybe we uninstall it. This is absolute nonsense. Bullshit, some may say. If we can just turn off the locational damage part, I'll be happy with that. It's definitely not serving me very well. Even though it does mean you can occasionally kill enemies in fewer hits. Do I have enough time to get my bandages out here? Yeah, absolutely. Take that. Did I really scroll through my torches then? Absolute foolishness. Alright, I'm sorry mate, but you've got to perish. Yeah. Absolute nonsense. And there's a wolf up there as well. Okay, you know what? I see there are pigs all over these hills, dude. I'm not even worried about the wolves. I'm worried about the... Oh, there really are a lot of wolves here. Jesus. I don't think there's... Is that a bear? What just hit me? What is that creature? Yeah, that is a bear. There's bears and wolves and hogs over here. And Pete. And Flint. I can't believe I ruined all of those torches and I have to now reignite them. That's a rookie mistake. We shouldn't be doing that kind of noob, smooth-brained play at this point, but let me just check up here for wolves, because we may have to make a little overnight. Are you kidding me? Piss off, bro. Please. You dirtbag. You were the same one chasing me as well. Absolute scumbag play. Well, at least we'll have a little meat. There's a wolf right there. Got to be careful with our inventory though. I'm going to leave the bones there as a warning. I'm going to grab a little bit of grass here, and I'm going to make a bed for the evening. I'm going to go for as long as we can until we physically have to take shelter. Probably because it's going to get very dark. Okay, I see this over here. This looks like it could be limestone. Chalk. Wait, that still does it, right? Chalk. Okay, this is the sand. We need the stone. But where there's sand, there's stone, right? This is huge either way. Okay, so this is like a tiny little nodule of chalk over here by the looks of things. If I were to dig below here, will we find... what is that? That is indeed chalk rock. Huge. Wonderful. Okay. So, we can now make lime, I believe. First, how about I make a little... Alright, let's not do that again. Let's keep the... Alright, I'm gonna have to make a... Oh god, I got the shaky vision now. I'm gonna... I got that. I need a fire lighter, which I've forgotten how to make. No, I haven't. Can I do this? I can. Huge. Alright, well, we have light here, so I'm going to spend the evening. I guess, oh god, my inventory is disgusting. Hold on. I'm going to spend the evening down here in my new little hidey hole. Get rid. Get rid. Get rid. Maybe get rid. Get rid. There we go. We're going to need room. It's going to be an absolute grind fest when we get back home. And I mean that in the best possible way. We're going to be putting our new grinder to use. I did not bring a pickaxe. Oh, God. One? I now realize I bought my old pickaxe with literally 1 durability. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, well, hey, don't get disheartened, right? We found chalk. I will come back here tomorrow with a pickaxe. Okay, well, since that's the case, I think I'm going to keep moving. We have at least found some precious flint, and we've got a bunch of tin veins, so this hasn't been a complete loss. In fact, we're gonna... I think we may have enough flint to make 2... I should definitely start picking these stones up, though, shouldn't I? Yeah. Because these are what we grind. I should have enough to make 2 ovens, I think, at the very least. Which is gonna really kickstart the, some of the food. Alright, I'm just gonna go around here and keep grabbing as many stones as I can, I think. Alright, I kind of want to head home. I've grabbed as many stones as I could find, which is only 28. But I think this whole area here is chalk. However, this is just kind of like a tiny island. I want to go home, and I may well swim over here. The problem is we do still have to go through forest to get back. We're not super far from home. The reason I want to get back tonight is because I want to spend the daylight hours building our windmill. And making... not building all of it, but just making it look slightly nicer. So I think I'm gonna risk... What was that? I don't want to know. Maybe. Rift Rift activity in this area is low. But there's still some spooky... This is Wolfland over here. And there was also a bear swimming earlier, so let's not forget about that, huh? If I can just get to this little lake here and start swimming. Oh my god, that's a wolf! Unequip your torch, quick. Oh, you jumped in the water anyway, you fool. I need a lantern. Why do we not have a lantern? Is he's still following me? I can't see anything and neither can you. Okay, keep my ears peeled. I know I'm going forward. I wish I could see. I would be able to if I had a lantern, but I don't. So, see you on the other side of the lake. I hope. And not at the bottom. Alright, I'm back, I think. I cannot see. I also very foolishly... I threw my grass away. This is why... Can I nope. You know what? We're going to do something very risky. We're just going to sleep out in the open tonight. Let me put this down, please. Right. See you in the morning. Alright. We survived. The wolf obviously gave up. Wait. I think that's a boar. I think that was the wolf that was chasing us. This place is infested. There's also a hole in the world there. Very cool. Good news is, it is daylight. We can finally see. So I'm going to head back. We come back with a lot of flint. I'm going to get the... probably the lime. Ground up. Or the chalk, rather. I'm going to get that. How do we turn chalk into lime? I assume it just becomes... yeah, it just becomes lime when you grind it. So I'm going to do that and get some... always hold down the jump button like a fool when I do that. I'm going to get that made and I'm going to make some lime water. And we're going to start to get some kind of rudimentary leatherworking going, I suppose. And then oh, we're back in the cursed lands. Wonderful. I'm going to get my... all of the flint I picked up ground as well. Cooked and ground. And we're going to have an oven. Amazing. It's always a lovely sight when you come home and you see your house in a different... pretend there's a roof there, by the way. Ignore the fact that there's there's no roof. But seeing the windmill as well, man, it's almost quaint, you know? It's getting there. Anyway, whilst I go and put all of my junk away that I picked up, why don't we get the, some of this lime ground up. There it goes. Beautiful stuff. Well, you're not going to believe this, but look. Look where we are. It's crazy how little you actually... unless you explore everything, and I really do need to go around and remove these bushes. The only reason I found this is because of this bozo here. Coming out from the cave. I think we need to do something about this. Is there anything down here? Like at first glance. Potentially. It's actually quite a complex cave. I think I'm going to board this up for the time being, just so stuff can't come out. But, yeah. Copper right outside. Lots of tin, lots of copper found today. And look at this, our flax is almost done. Excellent stuff. Let's go check on this. It hasn't been long since I put it in here, but... oh, it's getting there. Wonderful. Also, we got some blueberries over here. A lot of my berries have spoiled. They don't last long, but that's good because it means we have compost. And I think it might be time to make a fruit press. If I can find it, let me have a look here. Okay, here we are. Yes, we do have everything for this. We do need to make a rod. It doesn't have to be, it can be out of anything. It's just one bar. I'd rather do it from copper. I don't want to waste anything else, but having a fruit press will be good. We can start to get some juices on the go. So maybe there I will now go and cook up a single copper ingot as well. Lots of stuff to do today. Alright, all of our lime is now done. We only have 28, which I don't think is enough to get a full barrel full of lime, quick lime. Wow, the lightning's going crazy over here. Let's say we want to use this as an example. In fact, you know what? I'm actually going to carry this over closer to a water source. There is actually one behind us there, but I don't mind having it over here for the time being. Why can't I scroll? Oh, that's okay. There we go. I do really, now that I've got the hang of the carry-on mod, I think it's actually S tier. It's amazing. So that's 50 liters. Yeah, that is not nearly enough. That's okay though. We have a start. I will keep this in here for now. I think now though, we need to get some of this flint dealt with. So we need to make calcined flint. So we need to cook it. And then we need to grind it. So we cook it first, I believe. Yes. So let's get cooking. Don't mind me just cooking my flint. Let's put you there. We may actually have to go chop some more wood soon. We're pretty low on wood. I'm gonna leave this in here for a while and see how it goes. Don't think you need to put it in a pot or anything. Yeah, there we go. Probably going to use all of our wood, so I'm just going to put the rest of this in here for now. What temperature do you have to get to? 1,000? Can you even get... No, you can't get to 1,000, but we can preheat. Yeah, I'm going to let that preheat, and then I'm going to put some coal in there with our new coal that we just made. Charcoal, I should say. And I have started moving some of the stuff over here, as you can see. Just need to put a little rudimentary roof on, so I'm going to look into that now. Right, let's make a little slate roofing here. We're going to be using this for the forge and for the actual house at some point, but for now, we'll do this. And what we're going to do then is we're going to turn this into, I believe, this one roof, which is a mod that I'm using. And then we can turn that into a dynamic, which will automatically become... Well, I'll show you. It's pretty cool. So we'll make this, and then we'll put it in again, and we get the dynamic. Also, let's just check this. Okay, this is indeed cooking. This is going to use a lot of coal, though. Holy crap. But it'll be so worth it. Alright, and now... Let me find a... How's a good way up? Here we go. Can I... mount this? I can. And this will automatically become a lovely slate roof depending on where we place it. That was actually that one was not where I meant to put it, but you get the vibe. Probably going to need more, but it's pretty easy to make, not too resource heavy. God, this hole, okay, I need to deal with this hole. Alright, I'm going to leave the hole like that because I do want to explore that at some point and I will forget about it, so I can at least move back now. Going to place this here and it's going to curve around for us automatically. And then this one over here. If we place it like this... Oh no, I cocked it up there. Let me get rid of this one. Takes a little getting used to. Okay, I'm gonna figure this one out. This is gonna drive me crazy. Wow, this really is eating through our coal. I don't really mind using most of our charcoal for this, since this is gonna be quite a lot of... I mean, does it only give one? You get 8 pieces from this, so I mean this is a bit overkill, but I do want a lot of ovens. I've done the outer ring here, but what I need to do is firstly close that. I now need to get up here. I don't know how I messed that jump up. Try that again, shall we? There we go. And I think if I place a temporary block like this, and maybe one here, then yeah, we're gonna go slightly higher up here. There we go. The only problem is I'm not sure what to do. This is as high as the roof's going to go. I'm then going to have it flat for the rest of it. Problem is, I don't know how to fill or if there's a flat roof block. I can't seem to find one. And I don't want to fill it in with dirt. I would like to fill it in with some kind of slate to keep it a similar vibe. Also, I'm going to need to build these posts one higher, but that's fine. But I do think this looks pretty sick. And we haven't run out of slate, so that is good news, isn't it? There we go, like that basically. And then we go back down. I'm also going to move this. This thing looks ugly as heck. But this will basically be the forge. I may move the posts to here and have them below the edge here. But what do I fill this? Let's have a look. What do I fill that in with? That I do not know. Please let me know in the comments, because we do have to fill this in, because if it rains when we got things cooking, it's going to destroy the mold, which we don't want. Alright, let's check on this. I think this is the last slot I'm going to make. We're probably going to get 21, 22 out of that. I've also moved these posts out slightly, and I think because of that we can afford to extend the forge, which is never a bad thing. Doesn't mean I have to remove these steps. And I will need to go mine a little bit more granite at some point. But we should have enough granite to fill in these new... This will now be a 7x7 rather than a 5x5, which is fine. But I'm gonna basically move everything out there now that belongs in the forge. And then we're gonna start grinding that precious flint finally and begin building our very first oven. Alright, so this is pretty much all of the stuff moved in now to the forge. And I'm just putting it around. This is a kind of temporary... Why can I not put this here? Oh, it needs to be against the wall. And that's why I built this. This is ugly as heck. But for now, it's the best we have. So, you know, we'll deal with it. Can I put this in here? I actually can. Amazing. I think the spile mold's a bit too big. Yep. We should definitely use that soon as well. This anvil mold, you can just go there because you are literally too big. I think it's time that we make... Where's our brass? A couple more torch holders to put out here. We're gonna have to find a way that looks nice at least to actually store stuff in here. I'm thinking about maybe building a wall on one side, like this far side. We shall see. But that's ready to go. I have indeed been cooking up, or rather grinding up. There we go. That's all of our calcined flint. So why don't we go and make the fire clay that we need. We already have some fire clay. Where did we put it? Yeah, we already have 53, which is a good amount. But we can do better than that. So let's put this in the center here. Boom. I'm going to make all the fire clay we can. We may have enough for 2 ovens. Possibly, if we're lucky. Please stop putting it in here. There we go. Wonderful. You can go back in there. So let's take a look here. You can see we can use it to build the clay oven. I'm not sure if there's anything else that we can make with specifically fire clay. I think all of this refractory stuff, but this is way later on. So for this, we just put it down on the floor, as usual. And then we cook it and dry it out, essentially. So I'm going to do that now, and it's perfect timing because it is night, and there's not much else to do. I do like this, by the way. I think this is a really nice design. I'm gonna get crafting. Let's start this. Here we go, clay oven. Oh my lord! I just came down here to get some. I wondered what I could hear. I could hear something like crawling around. I was like, oh, maybe it's an animal outside. No, it was this guy trying to eat my carrots, probably. Whew. Oh, thank you for that, though. I will take that. Thank you. Every little helps. I came down here. I was going to do it off camera. Because I wanted to get some grain. Ready to get ground. We like to ground our grain around here. I should absolutely put a torch down there. That was my own fault. I've only got this. This is going to take me a lifetime to craft, but it will be so worth it. I'm going to try and do 2. Where's my windmill? I can't see anything. This is going to become beautiful flax flour. Which is, I think, the least good, the least best of. But, it's something. Anyway, I'm going to get back to this. I'll see you in 5.5 years. Okay, it's been 84 years, but we are done. We have 2 ovens. And we have some fire clay. We have a bunch of fire clay left over. That's, maybe we'll cook another one up at some point. But for now, I want to make a nice area just for the ovens. And I think this will do nicely. Can I pick this up, please? Oh, oh yeah, I have this on my back. Hold up. Forgot about that. Can I pick you up? No. Could you imagine if that broke permanently? I would actually Alt F4, I think. Bada boom. Bada bing. What an achievement. What a milestone. I'm gonna go check on this flour that's being ground. Obviously no game. That was not what I wanted to put it on my back, but fair enough. This just needs to go over here. This is my my chest with all of the ore that we've picked up. I think I'm gonna put a trim around this whole thing. It's gonna look kind of junky, but we got to do something. You can live in the corner here for now, my friend. Let's check. Alright, that's enough for quite a few pies already. So, I think we just need a water bucket. Bada boom. Bada bing. And, I guess we can make a water source in here. It's kind of weird. I'll do a little temporary water source right about here. And we just... well, how do we actually make the... we need to make the dough, right? These are all the same. And that's just... oh, of course, we can just... we have jugs. See, I knew there was a reason I made a jug earlier. Just... how much dough do we get from this? None. Okay, interesting. Screw the jugs then. We can use a bowl. Let us use a bowl. I wonder why it told me I could do it with the jug. Is it just ceramic jugs? Yeah, probably. The Culinary Artillary stuff's a bit janky. Alright, so we get 10 dough. And how long does the dough last? 2 days. Alright, we probably don't want to make too much of it. Right off the bat, I would like to empty this jug. There we go, now I believe they're empty. Lovely jubbly. So, I'm going to preheat this oven, and we're going to start making our very first pie. I can't wait. Alright, so these are about to spoil very soon, so I don't mind chucking all of these, or as many as we can, into these pies here. Put a lid on there, of course. And obviously, fruit pie is going to have a diagonal. What I'm going to use to differentiate is for meat pies, I'm going to have like a full crust. For veggie, I'm going to have this one, and for the fruit, I'm going to have a latter one there. I am going to need some more dough here. Bada boom, bada bing. And, wish I had more space, but these are now done. So let's get these pies in the oven, shall we? And hopefully they didn't spoil. I think once you put them in the pie, it kind of resets the timer. I'm going to get these ready to go as well. I wonder if I can bake a pie on the floor. I cannot. I do need to have a table. There we go. Any of these berries that spoil here, it's not the end of the world. Because we do have some more dough. I actually didn't think I was going to use all of this, but I'm kind of glad I did. You can never have too many pies. As a British person, pies are extremely important to me. We can now part bake stuff as well in the oven, which is also very cool. I think I have to destroy this in order to move it. Just trying not to waste any of these lovely berries, you know. It just means we're going to have a whole bunch of the same pie, but that's fine. And there we go. Our very first pie. I'm going to get all of these cooked up, and then we're going to go put them on some special shelves downstairs. Here we go. These are pie shelves from the Culinary Artillary mod, I believe. These will now last for 30 days, which is more than enough. Obviously, we're going to sample our first pie live. Give me some of this water, please. I need just a scooch more. Just to put a top on this pie. It feels wrong not having the top there. And it looks like you can actually cook a bunch of pies before this will actually start to... Put that down, please. Before this will start to cool down. The temperature's dropping very slowly, which is great. Let's see how many we get here. Alright, wonderful. Now, why don't we cut these and sample this delicious, almost rotten cranberry pie. Wonderful stuff. It's absolutely delicious. Anyway, ladies and gents, this is where we're going to leave it for today. Pretty good. We found some tin. We found a bunch of copper as well. We can go mine that. We also found lime, which is great. That's going to be our project for next episode. We're going to go grab a whole bunch of lime, start leatherworking. But we now have pie capability, which is very, very good. We should probably also go on a big hunt as well before winter hits. We are now in autumn. But that is for next time. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I encourage you to hit that like button. My name has been Rograp. We've been playing Vintage Story. Subscribe for more. And as always, take it easy.